fishing industry, but a falling fish population have many fishermen looking toward a new source of income. Michelle Miller shows us why some are catching on to kelp.
While the ocean covers more than 70% of the earth, it produces less than 2% of the food we eat. We took a trip to the Connecticut shore to discover how a simple harvesting technique is paying off for fishermen no longer able to rely on a steady supply of fish. They're betting that this nutritious sea vegetable can be a mainstay of the American diet. These waters off Connecticut's Thimble Islands were once abundant with lobster, shad, and flounder. Not anymore. That's why Bryn Smith, who dropped out of high school to become a fisherman, has laid down his hooks, nets, and traps to farm this.
And what we're growing mainly here is kelp.
He calls these sea greens the next food trend.
Try a little stem.
You're kidding, right? According to at least one laboratory test, kelp, a variety of seaweed, has more iron than beef, is high in calcium, and low in calories.
Come on.
Oh,
and then taste that.
Fresh kelp grows, well, like weeds in the fall and winter months, and is then harvested in the spring.
So we have anchors going down to the bottom just with ropes, and then across 8 feet below the surface, we've got a horizontal rope, and then we grow our kelp down from there. And our job is to let it get enough light and enough nutrients, so we just keep it at the right height in the water column. And that's kelp farming.
Smith leases 20 acres of ocean from the town of Branford, Connecticut. His startup cost about 20 grand. He says in a good year he can reap about 20,000 pounds of kelp per acre. And how much will you yield in terms of profit?
Yeah, so the net is about $130,000 a year, and we're able to get about $1 a pound off the docks.
For centuries, fishermen have made a living off the coast of Maine through the mid-Atlantic region. But scientists say climate change and overfishing have transformed the fishing industry.
The oceans are just changing, and we need to diversify.
Smith says kelp farming is a sustainable solution for fishermen and the environment.
It takes 0 inputs to grow this. So no fertilizer, no feeds, no fresh water. While we're growing, we're soaking up nitrogen, carbon. Soaks up 5 times more carbon than land-based plants. We call it the culinary equivalent of the electric car.
This is where you bring the kelp?
Yeah.
Bryn is also expanding his company's processing plant in New Haven, Connecticut.
It's where the magic happens.
Oh, wow.
Right here. This is where we make our kelp noodles. Careful, it's hot.
Fresh kelp is first blanched. Wow!
Look at that color.
Chartreuse. And then cut into strips.
There we go.
Orders for these greens are 10 times more than what they can harvest.
The whole idea here is to use this processing plant as the funnel into New York City. So we have farms from Maine all the way down the coast, and then their product comes through here. We process it and then truck it out.
He trucks it to restaurants like Casey's, where Chef Alex CZJIŚCI creates kelp dishes that are newfound delicacies to his customers. What is it called?
Kelp bolognese.
Chef Lashinsky is turning the table on how people view seaweed. It's not just for salads anymore.
These are candied benny seeds.
Although he does make those with a twist.
This is better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's simply delicious.
Bryn Smith and his nonprofit organization Green Wave has helped establish 10 kelp farmers this year and hopes to sign 15 more farmers by next year. Anne-Marie, the goal is to get fresh seaweed sold in supermarkets and on the menus of popular restaurants.
Maybe on the menu